All right, everybody, welcome back to Minecraft. No, the skin servers aren't down. We're playing on Bedrock, and I am not CaptainSparklez, here to be your guide today through the first playable version of Minecraft 1.17. I mean, it's just like a super early snapshot, but it's not really a snapshot. It's called a beta because it's on Bedrock, and Bedrock is getting it before Java. So here we are. We'll call this the Goats and Snows update because dude, look at the hops over there. They've added in the mountain goats that were unveiled during Minecraft Live, and they've also brought in some new snow, which we'll get to in a moment. So these are the mountain goats. You find them in the extreme hills biomes, and they kind of hop around, as you can see, and they're peaceful. So if I go into survival, see, the interesting thing is they're pseudo peaceful in that even if I punch them, they don't attack me, but occasionally, and I'm sure they're not going to do it right now, because they're on camera and they're going to be shy and they're just going to bury their face into the side of the cliff. But occasionally they'll decide to charge at you and punt you. But not even if you like hit them like that. They'll just kind of run away. They're really timid. But then sometimes they'll just be like, "Oh, I'm gonna yeet you. Will you do this? Would you be so kind as to do me the honor so as to yeet me off a cliff, please?" Maybe if I spawn enough of them, one of them will decide to do it. And it's really interesting because it's just temporary placeholder noise right now, but they make a sound of a Vex, which really caught me off guard because I paused the game and went and did some other stuff in another tab. And all of a sudden I start hearing Vex sounds. And I'm like, what the heck is happening right now? I'm not near a woodland mansion. Why is there an evoker? This doesn't make any sense at all. So anyway, it's just but placeholder sound. I'm sure they'll have actual goat noises implemented as time goes by. Again, this is the very first snapshot from Minecraft 1.17, but it's really cool, which shows that there are going to be some snapshots coming out soon. I'm sure Java will be getting them out soon enough. And oh, little baby! I hadn't seen that happen before because it doesn't work. The spawn egg clicking on the existing adult doesn't spawn babies, but there we go. Oh, now we got some serious hops. Now, you might have noticed in the chest over here, there's an item called the goat horn. This is just kind of sitting in the creative menu. If you search goats, you'll get the goat spawn egg, and you'll also get the goat horn. It doesn't seem to have a function currently. That said, again, it's only the first iteration. There's no noise when you right-click it. I don't believe it has a crafting recipe, so it's very, very rough. I can only speculate that maybe if you blow the horn, the goats will follow you or something like that. Or maybe they'll all breed at the brilliant sound of the goat horn. That said, can one of you decide to yeet me? I'm ready. You're all eyeing me right now, okay? I need one of you to do it. I need a red cape in order to tempt you. You all can't be passive right now when just before we were recording this, you were trying to punt me off the cliff. Please. Stop hopping around. There's work to be done. Yeet me off the cliff. How long am I going to have to stand here before one of you decides to make a move? Is it going to be 20 minutes? How much must be edited out before one of you decides to be a Vex? Be your true nature. Maybe one of you over here, huh? One of you over here. We'll avoid that for the time being. We'll get to that later. Come on. Somebody. Anybody. Please. Have I become one with you guys? Is that what's going on here? You finally accepted me? Yeah, there we go. My man's has finally had enough. Get out of here with your camera built into your head. Okay, so occasionally they will do that. I just wanted to prove it was actually implemented because it was shown in the preview forum on the Minecraft Live event. So there we go. Eventually, they occasionally might decide to charge you, and that could be kind of hazardous depending upon where you're located. Imagine you get right up to the top of the cliff up there, and then there's a goat just waiting, and then it's just like, peace out, see you later, and there it goes. Yeah, you hear that Vex sound? Kind of confusing, but no Vexes, just a goat. But I'd be happy if Vexes just were goats instead. Here we go. Oh, man, imagine if it was down there, bro. Now I'm getting assaulted. What's happening? You guys have decided to become aggressive all of a sudden. Okay, so that's the goats. For the time being, when you end one, doesn't drop anything. I assume that'll change in the future. Oh, here we go. Oh, miss. Swinging a miss, bud. Lowering that batting average. So they don't have any drops at the moment. I feel badly doing it, although he did just try to knock me off a cliff. So I guess there's that. On top of the goats, I did say this is the Goats and Snows update. We have a new form of snow. It's powdered snow. And you can kind of compare directly against each other. They look similar, but there is a slightly different texture for the powdered snow. It's got kind of a bit more texture to it versus this being a bit more of a smooth look. And so let me grab a couple things out of here. And what's going to happen is you'll notice I walk up to a snow block. I can't, nothing happens there. If I walk up to the powdered snow, I can actually walk through it. And if I walk into here, hello. Yeah, you finally decided to come up. I put the goat in there a little while ago because I was like, I wonder if mobs have issues when they're in powdered snow. And finally it's just been like, oh, I come out now. I will leave this place. And then he hops away. Okay, good job, bud. So the interesting thing about powdered snow is you get this like chilling effect that surrounds your screen. But as far as I can tell, it doesn't seem to actually hurt you. Makes it seem like you're freezing, but you know, I'm fine. I'm just chilling in here, looking great. Looking a little snowy, but otherwise everything is good. Now, you can hit space and you'll float up to the surface, and then you can kind of hop along the surface. And that's one way to get around it. If you sprint, it seems like sprint jumping on the surface is totally fine. It's only once you stop that you actually start to sink in. But another interesting bit is if you approach the edge of like where the powdered snow hits another block, the wall, that's just holding forward, no space. So you kind of climb up it like a ladder. So the fact that you don't take damage and it acts like a ladder when you go to the edge makes it almost it's very useful. So if we come over here, it can be used instead of scaffolding as a hidden entrance to like a base or something like that. So there we go. And then I can come back in here. I don't even need to hold space. Basically it acts like a ladder up when you hold W, which is kind of interesting. Now, as it stands right now, I don't believe that there's a crafting recipe for the powdered snow, and I'm not sure if it's spawning naturally. It might have just been added as its functionality, but the terrain gen will come in later unless I missed the memo there. There wasn't a whole lot of information presented on the beta page. So maybe once it comes to Java, we'll get a little bit more thorough intel on it. I don't know if this exact thing will come to Java or if they'll have added... There we go! Listen for the Vex. That said, obviously with regular snow, you can use a Silk Touch shovel in order to mine it. Right now, though, I believe this is just because it hasn't been implemented. You can see it's kind of a... Oh, here we go. Whoa! This man's... Oh, now I see. Now I see. You were timid at first, but you've changed your tune. Okay. All right. I see how it is. So it doesn't really break any faster with a shovel, and it... Oh, they really trying to get me now. They've had enough. So... It's just I assume that's just because it's all temporary at the moment and it's just been implemented. But that said, one more feature with the powdered snow is gives a use for leather boots, interestingly enough, which I think is really cool. So if I have leather boots on, I'm not, look, Ma, no hands. I'm not jumping, anything like that. I can actually walk on the surface without issue. Granted, if I hold shift, I can sink in if I want to do so, and then I can space back up to the top. But unless you purposely shift into it, you won't fall down. So this way I can come over here. Oh, now I can shift into my area. If I want to go into my secret little base, hold forward and exit. And then we can come back out, hold W, climb it up at basically ladder speed, which is really cool. And so, yeah, it's a nice little mechanism for secret trap doors and stuff like that, and a use for leather boots. I like it. So anyway, that's pretty much it for what they've done here in this. I keep calling it a snapshot, but again, it's a Bedrock beta. So you do have to have Bedrock and opt into the betas with like Xbox Insider in order to get into these until they're brought over to Java, if you're used to that whole mechanic. But still cool to check out, and hopefully you've enjoyed it. This is exciting, though, that we're moving right in to being able to check out the 1.17 features, and looking forward to more. Hopefully in snapshot form soon enough once 1.16.4 comes out. And yeah, thanks very much for watching. Make sure to like. If you liked, I forgot to call out our like button sponsor at the beginning of the video, but here it is now. And subscribe to the channel if you're not already. Stay tuned for more future snapshots and betas and things like that. Hit the bell even if you're already subscribed, and check out the playlist if you want to catch more update stuff. I'll put the last update video and Marin Music post over here if you want to click and check them out. I'll see you next time.